Okay, so chances are we're going to want a tempo to flow naturally. We're going to want it to follow something musical, like the gesture of a conductor, like a guide track that we find or that we create ourselves. So let's go through the process now of creating our own guide track and creating a click that goes with that. This is going to be most helpful for any conductors out there or producers that are wanting to put together these virtual orchestra projects. Wonderful. So I am here in Logic, and actually my first step is going to be to record a video of some terrible conducting. I'm not a conductor, but I can try. And what's going to help me is later I'm going to put a click to it for my participants. So let's see. I am going to hum along the music with the music. Alternatively, for you conductors out there, you can make a guide track for yourself. You can, for example, maybe listen along with a recording that you know very well. You can have that in your earpiece and conduct along with it. Alternatively, you could bring that into your DAW and set a click to it, so that helps you when you are creating your own guide track for your participants. So wonderful. I'm going to hum along. I'm going to show you some terrible conducting, and then we're going to fix it all. Fantastic. Here we go. 2 beats prep. Da 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 ba 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 da 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 bum bum. Great. So that terrible humming, we can take that out. So that's one of our first steps. Let's save this as Dono Guide, conductor. Good, here we go. So let's open it up in Logic. We're going to create an audio track. We're going to import the movie, lecture, and Dono Guide conductor. Here we are. We're going to extract the audio track and match our project settings to our video settings. Fantastic, there I am. I'm beautiful. Okay, so let's just hear some of this terrible humming. Da 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 da. Good, we can work with that even though it's terrible. So, prep. Good. Let's create a software instrument, which is Klopfgeist. It could be anything. We're just using MIDI information. So if you have a woodblock sound, that can be helpful. Something with a nice transient. Good. Okay, so our first beat must be on beat 1 of measure 1. So I just drew that in. That's fine. And here we go. I'm just going to tap along this this click with the track. Prep. Ready? Da 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 ba 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 da 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 bum bum. Good, that's going to work just fine. So you noticed if I zoom out here, all these little dots represent the little clicks that I made. You can see that at the end here, I sort of sped up. We have a little pause over here this distance between these two MIDI notes has more space in it than these. And so we're going to do a special technique here right now called beat mapping or reclocking. This is incredibly powerful stuff. We are changing the tempos within our grid to make our grid match the beats that these represent. So we go up here, we right click, we select beat mapping, and with this track selected, we select it, go beats from region, and we say, oh yes, those little MIDI notes are quarter notes. Bam. So that brings everything into the grid. You can see that each one of these MIDI notes aligns with beat 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way down. Look at this. If we bring up the tempo map, you can see that the tempo travels all over the place, adjusting to match my visual beat. Let's open up that tempo list over here. You can see that every single beat, we change tempo. Sometimes this happens gradually, sometimes it's drastic. But if we get rid of that and we open up the video, and I want you to look up here as I play this. Da, 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 3, 4, 5. Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. I said 5 because I'm thinking about this 5/4 measure right here that we're going to have to put in. Again, just like the last example, we sort of have to design in our meter changes. We've dealt with tempo. We don't have to worry about tempo. We've matched our tempo to the beat of the conductor. But for meter changes, we need to design that into the grid. So let's change this measure to 5/4, and we return to 4/4 right away. That's it. Fantastic. So now let's create a click with heavy downbeats and lighter offbeats. Hold on, I did that wrong. Okay, so I'm going to mute this. I'm going to mute my terrible vocalizing. And sorry, that was just created because I had this audio track armed. That is just garbage material. We can get rid of that. Wonderful. So let's create our downbeats. And let's just play this in. Ready? 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. You can see I am a little bit off. So we're going to do that technique of quantizing, which is rounding up or rounding down to the nearest whatever, and that whatever is a quarter note. Fantastic. Let's stretch it out. And let's do our MIDI transform of fixed velocity, setting the velocity to 100, and then bringing this velocity up to 127, which is the maximum MIDI value. Fantastic. We have a 1-bar loop. Let's repeat it. We can do that by stretching out this loop like this, but that doesn't take into account the little 5/4 bar here. So let's stretch it out 3 bars. We're going to join that. And then let's look at the piano roll. Copy this and paste this. I'm just using Command-C or Control-C and Command-V or Control-V, depending on your operating system. Okay, we've dealt with the measure of 5/4, and now let's complete it with a couple measures of 4/4. Sometimes when you copy something like this, it's helpful to just draw another box around it and quantize it again, just in case something happens with the note lengths as we copy. Wonderful. So good. And that takes us to the end of the video. Wonderful. We have a click track. Is this clear enough? 3, 4. Good. You know what? I'm going to take out these first 2 beats because they're not so helpful to us. We've already dealt with the reclocking, so we no longer have to have a beat on measure 1 of beat 1. This is just to be audio information for our participants. So let's render this out. We go solo. We're soloing the click track only. We go bounce. And we save that as demo click. Wonderful. Okay, so let's go over to our video editor. It can be any video editor. I like DaVinci Resolve because it's free and it is robust. It's really good. You could just as well use Final Cut Pro, Adobe Premiere Pro, Filmora. There's lots and lots of options. Any of them are good. So what we want to be able to do is drag in video files and add audio files to them. That's all we're doing. We are creating a new project, and this is Demo Guide. Fantastic. We have liftoff. Let's bring in our conductor guide. That's B. Fantastic. We'll change our project to match our video settings. Great. And you can see my terrible humming is still in there. We're going to mute that. Thank goodness. And we bring in our click. And let's just take a peek at that. See if it all lines up. Looks pretty good. So what I also like to do is set a synchronization point. First of all, I like to greet my players, put them at ease, tell them what we're doing, and also set a video and audio sync point. So let's do that now. We're going to open up our video recorder. Good. And let's greet our players. Hi there, everybody. I hope you're ready to record today. Before we start, I'd like you to start now your video and audio recorders. And then we're going to do an audio sync point, an audio and visual sync point. So what I'm going to have you do is clap with me in 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Good luck. Okay. I've made that video. Dono greeting. And let's just bring that in to our video editor because we want this as one unbroken clip. If we're having them clap a sync point to a separate video file, it doesn't make sense. So let's just bring this in. And you see that because I've muted this track, my audio is also muted. That's no good. So let's drag this up to the second video track. Wonderful. We should be able to hear it now. Buddy, I hope you're ready to record today. Before we start, now, you notice a problem. The audio isn't with my mouth, and that presents a problem when we're faced with this little sync point. This is not garbage material. We can fix this. This is happening because I have so many cameras doing different things. We've got the audio stream, and I'm trying to record video into QuickTime at the same time. So let's just fix this. We've got this audio file selected. We're going to right-click and go unlink those clips. Now we can move them around independently. Let's find the point where my hands come together. That's where this spike should be. So let's drag that spike to where it is and let's test it. Pretty good. Yep, that